Pocketnow's Galaxy S8 coverage is brought to you by Dbrand. Two big phones with different philosophies. The Pixel XL is Google's first foray into a more consumer-oriented device, while Samsung is pushing the boundaries on display boundaries. So what we have here is a showdown. Bleeding-edge hardware versus up-to-date software. Galaxy S8 Plus versus the Google Pixel XL. Let's roll. Starting off with design, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But right off the bat, we're going to give the design win to Samsung, easily delivering one of the most striking phones of the year. It's a gorgeous aesthetic which easily bests the abrupt metal and glass borders on the Pixel. This blue is pretty, and the satiny finish on the metal is a little less slick in my paws, but come on. I mean, really, come on. As for the tech on board, it shouldn't be a surprise that a newer phone has a more powerful processor than an older phone. Benching these gadgets, the Galaxy will produce the bigger numbers, and driving a more graphics-intensive game like Future Fight will see a more fluid frame rate. Yet for this brute force hardware advantage, the Pixel often feels snappier while navigating the UI. Fewer of those little hitches or frame-to-frame stutters when doing things like sliding the app drawer. That, and we don't see much, if any, difference in multitasking. So we're inclined to give the Pixel a slight win here for doing more with less. Display technology flips us back to the Samsung though. The Pixel's screen-to-body ratio isn't the best, and the S8 Plus is easier to use one-handed. While Samsung still hasn't completely shown us what benefits this taller display should provide, it does pack quite a bit more overall area for us to use once apps start taking advantage of it. Aside from that potential, the S8 Plus screen also boosts brighter when you need it. Samsung also makes the more complete argument for locking your phone down. The Pixel's fingerprint sensor is better situated, and in my opinion has been a more consistent performer, but the addition of an iris scanner on the S8 Plus is a well-considered tool for folks to decide for themselves how they want to secure their phones. And before leaving hardware, the S8 is a water resistance champ. Now, the Pixel is lightly splash resistant, but the Galaxy is rated to survive being completely submerged. Our anecdotal concerns about this edge display being less drop resistant notwithstanding, we have to give Samsung the win here for the better IP rating. Looking at software, this is an area where Samsung strays far from the stock Android experience. Every aspect of the phone is tweaked. For example, both phones can split screen apps, but Samsung still saw room for improvement in how you can allocate space. The Galaxy also provides more options for user customization. More than just wallpapers, you get themes and the edge display. Some Samsung changes are a little silly. The Pixel's vertical app drawer makes more sense when you pull it up by a gesture, but overall, Samsung wins for folks who like to tinker. The flip side to that, of course, is operating system and security updates, where no manufacturer will really be able to compete against getting your software directly from Google. At the time this comparison was shot, your brand spanking new S8 Plus will arrive with Android 7.0, while my Pixel XL was just bumped up to 7.1.2. That's your software choice, folks. More fun stuff out of the box or more timely updates and support. Taking a listen to both phones, HTC was the company behind manufacturing the Pixel, but this phone doesn't seem to benefit from any of their boom sound expertise. Samsung took a long-awaited but appreciated step up in improving speaker and headphone playback. The S8 will do a better job of driving nicer headphones, even including some solid earbuds in some markets, and features some handy software for tuning playback to your ears. Samsung Audio FTW here. Now, the camera battle is a lot more difficult to sum up, and we'd highly recommend checking out each phone's real camera reviews linked below this video if you really want to dig deep into imaging performance. But on the whole, the Pixel is the undisputed champ of auto processing. It features buttery smooth video in good light and class-leading fun features like slow motion and HDR. The S8 Plus is a baller all-rounder though. It might lose the battle for folks who only ever want to hit a shutter button making no other adjustments, but you will get a much more complete collection of options, settings, and controls. We're going to cop out here and offer a split decision, as these cameras are built to appeal to different consumers and both deliver top-tier performance for their intended audiences. We've got the same amount of RAM, but storage options definitely favor the Galaxy, where base model to base model, the S8 will double your storage and still give you the option to add a memory card. If you really want to take advantage of that killer camera tech, you'll have plenty of elbow room on the Galaxy. And these two phones have nearly identical battery capacities and unsurprisingly perform similarly in our battery tests. Where the Pixel ekes out a win is in recharge time. A short stint on a charger, the Pixel will give you a bit more room to run. The Galaxy has support for wireless charging, but ultimately the Pixel is the more practical power performer. And try saying that 3 times fast. So let's wrap this up. Where's that leave us between the Galaxy S8 Plus and the Pixel XL? Like I said before, it shouldn't be a surprise when a newer phone outperforms an older handset. And considering price, you'll get more stuff for your cash with the Galaxy, and ultimately Samsung takes the win. Still, we know there are folks in our audience who would gladly trade more hardware for more up-to-date software. And of course, we want to hear from you. The next Pixel isn't that far off the horizon. So which philosophy wins your cash? Samsung's hardware or software direct from Google? Now that the S8 Plus is here, what would you want to see most in a Pixel 2 to win you over? Vote in our viewer poll and then drop us a comment down below this video. Hey folks, if you're looking to protect the glass on your Galaxy S8, give it a little bit more grip, or prevent all of those gnarly fingerprint smudges, you should just wash your hands, head on over to dbrand, where they've got a whole collection of really awesome skins for you to customize the look and feel of your Galaxy smartphone. There's a link for their wares down below this video, and we thank dbrand for supporting production on this channel. As always, thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to this channel for our full Galaxy S8 coverage, including our real camera and real audio reviews, and help us out with some sharing on your favorite social networks. For Pocket Now, I'm Juan Carlos Bagnell, some gadget guy on Twitter and Instagram, and I will catch you all on the next comparison. Practical Power Performer, Practical Power Performer, Practical Power Performer.